Hey, what it do, Sports World? Welcome to the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. I got a great segment for you all. I want to talk about my Kansas Jayhawks. Why I feel that this right here might be one of the worst Kansas Jayhawks basketball teams that Bill Self has ever had at Kansas. Okay, but listen, before I get started, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. And like I tell y'all want to subscribe to On the Fan, but you can't subscribe to the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. But listen, man, make sure y'all just subscribe to it. It's okay. But hey, let's go ahead and jump into this thing, man. Is this right here the worst Kansas Jayhawks basketball team Bill Self has ever had at Kansas? I gotta say yes. And I think maybe it's because of the Silva de Sousa situation, the scholarship that we lost last season. Well, coming into this season, we lost scholarship. Maybe that's the reason why. But I think this right here is one of the worst teams that Bill Self has ever had at Kansas, and this is the reason why. Let's talk about players, the offense, the defense. Okay, now Kansas, from what I'm saying, from what I'm hearing, paid a nice low penny for 7'2" center Hunter Dickinson. Has Hunter Dickinson worked out? At the beginning of the season, Hunter Dickinson was pretty much dominant, but he's still having a good season. He's averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. But lately, he's been pretty much struggling. So I don't know if he's really worth the type of money that they said they put out for him. But Johnny Furphy is one of the best freshmen in the nation. This kid right here is from Australia, 6'9". Now, he is one of those breakout players. Now, we didn't even expect him to even play this season. But he came out of nowhere. He burst onto the scene. And now this kid right here has gotten into the starting lineup. DeJuan Harris. Let's talk about DeJuan Harris for a minute. DeJuan Harris is one of the best point guards in the nation. Passing point guards. But for us to be what we want to be, for this Kansas Jayhawks team to get to where they want to be, DeJuan Harris is going to have to score more. And the reason why is because you got Elmarco Jackson that comes off the bench that gives you absolutely nothing. He don't give you absolutely nothing. He don't play defense. He's not an offensive player. Like, he's just a true freshman. That's all I can say about him. He's a true freshman. And then when you talk about Jamari McDowell, he's a true freshman as well. He really don't give you nothing as well. He don't give you no shots. He don't give you no threes. He don't give you no good defense. So these two players right here really don't give you nothing. That's two players that's coming off the bench. Out of the 3 or 4 players that Bill Self uses, they give you absolutely nothing. So let's talk about Nick Timberlake. Every now and then, Nick Timberlake come out there and he'll hit a couple threes, but he's not consistent. He's not a consistent three-point shooter like Kansas thought he would be. Kansas thought this dude right here would be pretty much average at least 12, 15 points a game. He was supposed to be what Furry is right now. Furphy. He was supposed to be Furphy. He was supposed to be doing what Furphy is doing right now. You see, he was supposed to be the guy here shooting all the threes. But it didn't work out like that because I don't know what's going on with him. You know, he comes out, he missed a lot of shots, he missed dunks, he missed layups. He pretty much missed everything. Now, every now and then, he'll have a monster game. He'll have a 15 point, 18 point. But against Houston yesterday, this team looked terrible. They was beat by 30 yesterday. We got beat by 30 points yesterday against Houston team. And also, we lost Hunter Dickinson in that game. McCullough came back, and then like I said, I'm not going to get on McCullough. McCullough has been one of our best players this season. He's pretty much been one of our best players all season. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. But he's been our scorer for most of the season, him and Hunter Dickinson. But last night was the first game I can honestly say that I know for a fact that Kevin McCullough is not healthy. He's definitely not healthy right now. This kid went 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from 3. He had 1 turnover and 1 personal foul. That was his stat line. I just said his stat line. 0 points. 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. That was Kevin McCullough. Now, this right here is Kevin McCullough and somebody we know don't have these type of games. DeJuan Harris Jr., 1 for 2. He had 3 points, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 foul. And then KJ Adams. KJ Adams been going through a lot this season, man. Like, hey, make sure y'all keep his family in our prayers. As y'all know, earlier this season, his mother passed away from cancer. And he still shows up for this Kansas team. So I'm not going to talk down on him because, like I said, this kid right here has been playing his butt off all season. I can't talk down on this kid. But he struggled yesterday as well. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. I mean, that's a pretty good stat line for the rest of the guys. And then when you look at the bench, like I said, hey, Marco Jackson pretty much had one of his better games. He had 4 points, 4 turnovers as well, 2 personal fouls. All right. So, and then when you look at McDowell, the other freshman I just talked about, he had 2 points. He was 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from 3, but he had 2 free throws, 2 rebounds. Nick Timberlake, another one I just talked about. He had 4 points, 1 for 4, 0 for 3 from 3, 5 rebounds. Nobody else had nothing else besides Braun. 2 points. So this Kansas team right here, first of all, we need to get a bench. Second of all, I think DeJuan Harris will be back next year. If they can get Furphy to come back another year, that would be huge for this Kansas Jayhawks team. I'm honestly, that would be huge. Depending on Hunter Dickinson, I think his draft stock has pretty much dropped. I don't think he's going to be what we thought that he would be. Maybe a first-round draft pick, early second-round draft pick. Now I see him as being probably an undrafted free agent. But if he can come back for another season at Kansas, him with KJ Adams, Furphy, and DeJuan Harris, I think Kevin McCullough pretty much gone. He's a senior anyway. And then if you one of these freshmen, McDowell or Jackson, and then you got players coming in, I think that this Kansas team could bounce back next season. But this season right here, like I said, we're 22-9. At one point, this team had defeated some of the top teams in all of college football. We lost to Marquette. That was our loss. We beat Kentucky early in the year. We beat Tennessee early in the year. So just think about it. We beat Kentucky and Tennessee. Okay, we went on to beat, at the time, was the number 1 team, which was, one of the top teams, which was Connecticut. At the time, they was ranked in the top 5. We was ranked in the top 5, and we beat them. So this just tells you how good this team was earlier in the year. And then it's just like we started going downhill. We ended up beating Oklahoma at the time. Oklahoma was ranked number 9. And then it's just like we went downhill after that. We ended up losing to Iowa State, and then when February came, we just really went on a losing streak. Well, we actually we beat the brakes out of Houston. Houston got their payback last night when they stomped us by 30. We only beat them by 13. Then we ended up losing to Kansas State. Then we beat Baylor, but then we ended up losing to Texas Tech. So we beat Oklahoma. Then we beat Texas. Then we lose to BYU. Definitely shouldn't have never lost that game. Then we ended up lost to Baylor. We beat Kansas State for the second time, and then we ended up losing this last game by 30. So the Big 12 championship will start Wednesday. We don't know who we're playing right now. How far do I think this team can make it in the Big 12 tournament? I think we can make it to the championship. I don't know that for sure, but I think we can. And with this Kansas Jayhawk team, it's a sometime team. And depending on Hunter Dickinson's injury and Kevin McCullough's injury, is that if both of those players are injured or even nicked, I think our season is going to end early. Meaning that we could be one and done in the tournament, in the conference tournament, and we can probably win the first game of the NCAA tournament. But I think that second game we're pretty much gone. Depending on what bracket they put us in, we could be going the first round. So when I ask, is this the worst team that Bill Self has ever had? Yes, it is the worst team that Bill Self has ever had at Kansas. And maybe it's because of the Silva de Sosa situation in the scholarship. But yes, this is one of the worst teams that I've ever seen from Kansas. This right here is one of the most inconsistent teams that I've seen all season. It's like we can't get, we can't string together games, a good game. We always have a good game 2 bad games, a bad game, and even in some of the wins that we got, we still played bad. So this team right here, man, I'm just ready for this team right here to be over, honestly. And like I said, depending on what goes on with Hunter Dickinson, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if we're gonna even make it to the Big 12 championship game, or maybe even the second round. Well, we're in the second round already, so we don't know how far we're gonna go with this thing. Maybe Thursday. We play Wednesday, so we'll have to play Thursday, Friday. So we're gonna have to win some games in the Big 12 championship tournament if we wanna get a good seeding, because right now we're ranked number 14, which we just lost. So we're gonna probably go up to number 17, 18 after this week. So if you let that sink in, we're looking at like maybe 8 seed with 9 losses. We're looking at like an 8 seed. This is the worst that Kansas has been in the Big 12 since I can remember. If you look back at it, you got Iowa State, they're ranked number 2 in the Big 12. Baylor, Texas Tech is up there. BYU is up there. I don't know how the hell they get up there. Then you got Kansas right there, 10-8. We got 8 losses in conference. Out of the 9 losses, we got 8 in conference. So just don't know, man. Like I said, we're 15-1 at home, 3-7 on the road. This right has been one of the worst road teams that I've seen. We play horrible on the road. So what y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think this right here is the worst team that Kansas has? Bill Self has ever had at Kansas? Like I said before, I think it is. I think that this is the worst team. And then, like I said, when you look at the stats, it pretty much tells you everything you need to know. We got players, but you just don't have a lot of scoring. We're averaging in 31 games, we're averaging 76 points. When you look at these points, you got players on the bench. You got McDowell. Okay, let me just tell you, McDowell plays, Ron plays, Jackson plays, Timberlake plays. That's their bench right there. These dudes are averaging a combined 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So that means they're giving 7 points from their bench. You're getting 7 points from your bench. So, when you look at it, you got McCullough averaging 18, Hunter Dickinson averaging 18, KJ Adams averaging 12, Murphy is averaging 9, and Harris is averaging 8. So that's all our scoring right there. Then you got everybody on the bench. You got 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1. So that's 8, 10, 12, 14 points off the bench. So you're not going to win a lot of games if your bench averaging 14 points. You just think about it. This 14 points, some games, they might not score nothing. We can go back and we can look at some of these games. Honestly, some of these games, these dudes scores nothing. Like, our bench is terrible. See, so when I go back and I look at it, I just got to say, yes, this is the worst Kansas Jayhawk team that I've seen. This is one of the worst teams that I've seen at Kansas. If you go back, I remember watching the Kansas versus Kansas State game earlier this year when we lost to them 75-70. The bench. So think about this. The starter scored 68 points. That means the bench had 2 points, which was Jackson scoring 2 points. Everybody else, nobody else scored. Everybody else, so when you look at this bench, man, maybe it's because of the Silver DeSouza situation and losing scholarship. But like I said, if Bill Self wants to get this team back to how they was, he's going to have to figure out a way how to get a bench. And we need a bench, and we need some big play. We need some size, like the Joel Embiid, we like the Nick Collison, like the Drew Goodens. We need players down there that's gonna bang. And I just don't think he have that. Yeah, he have KJ Adams, but y'all gotta understand, KJ Adams is like 6'6". They said they got him listed at 6'7", but I can't see him being 6'7". Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about this segment. What y'all what you think, is this right here the worst Kansas team that Bill Self has had? Maybe I'm over exaggerating. But hey, until next time, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And until next time, y'all have a great Sunday, man. It's gonna be a long week, y'all. It's gonna be a long week, and I'll be here all week. Let y'all know about y'all upcoming sports. Matter of fact, tomorrow I will be talking about the Russell Wilson situation. Russell Wilson signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'll let y'all know about that tomorrow. Y'all have a great weekend. A great week, y'all. Peace.